Lanee Lee reporting for Foodable Web TV, and we're at JW Marriott in downtown LA at the second annual May Mix-Off competition, where 16 bartenders entered and only 4 remain. So we're here with Christine. She works at La Descarga and No Vacancy. Tell us about your cocktail that got you here.
Well, my cocktail is with Reka Vodka. They took us out with Art in the Age, and we infused Art in the Age and had a really lovely day out in the woods. So it kind of really inspired me to, use fresh ingredients and also let the spirit shine through.
So you infused the lillet with a very strange ingredient. What was that?
It's called mugwort. It is a bitter herb. So kind of have a little bit of that coming through the bitter, a little sweet. I have an elderflower liqueur in there as well. And I have fresh elderflowers frozen in an ice cube as my garnish.
All right, so we have Joshua from Honeycut. Tell us about this winning cocktail that brought you here to the Final Four tonight.
It's my Reka cocktail. It's a take on a Collins. And it also has a liqueur that's in the family of a berry that only grows in Iceland called the Foodable berry. The capital of Iceland, to take that name and to put a Collins edition of that, you gotta be pretty pompous or pretty solid on your recipe. That's why I think everything in here is pretty much indigenous to Iceland or a tribute to it.
So tell me about your winning cocktail.
Fiesta de la Fresa, aka Ramon's Fizz. I chose to use Milagro, obviously, because that is the beautiful tequila that's part of the William & Grant portfolio. I took the awesome Art in the Age rhubarb, and it is 80 proof, but it is still very sweet. As a modifier, you can use it.
That's hot.
I foraged for wild strawberries. I know, right? And also, it's very important when you drink fizzes that you make that top head very foamy so that when people drink it, they get the mustache.
Okay, so Final Four.
I chose to do a drink that is based on the history of Hendrix. So it's called the East India Cricket Club, a Scottish-British shipwreck fizz. The first Scottish envoy to India, Alexander Duff, actually shipwrecked twice on the way over to Calcutta. But basically the cocktail tells the story of that journey. So it's basically the coconut, from Africa, and then we have a lot of Indian flavors. There's turmeric, chamomile actually, and then also the tonic element.
Everybody, my name is David. Thank you so much for coming out. So this is our 4th and final week. So thus far we've got 16 contestants that competed in the first couple of weeks.
So the finale of the May Mix-Off competition is divvied up into 2 parts. The first, they're bringing forward their winning cocktail recipe that got them here. The second is an Iron Chef style. Oh, look at that. The judges are throwing a mystery spirit their way, one from the William Grant & Sons portfolio, and then they basically have to make magic on the spot. So the cocktails are then judged by taste, presentation, and a little crowd participation. They're all vying for the grand prize of a trip to Tales of the Cocktail. So I'm sitting sandwiched in between the 3 judges that will determine the Final Four's fate. So Rachel, tell me, what are you looking for today?
Because they're going to be throwing such a curveball, I'm really interested to see how everyone approaches the same ingredient or spirit in totally different ways. I think that's going to be really interesting and impressive.
So, another Rachel.
Yes.
What impresses you?
I think, you could really tell when there's passion behind a cocktail. You can really tell if somebody's very excited about what they're making, really genuinely enthused about it. So it's an intangible, but I feel like that's something that, when you're judging at this level in this round, that you can kind of taste in the cocktail.
Absolutely, thank you. And Klaus, you're the token male. No, you're not another Rachel.
No, not tonight.
Not tonight. So Klaus, you come from a restaurant background, And how is this going to determine how you judge tonight?
Balance is very important, like it is in any cooking or any ingredients you bring together. You want to have that spirit that you select and that you use. You want it to kind of be recognizable, but you don't want it to just stick out on its own. So like the combination and the balance is really important.
Unfortunately, we do have to make some really tough decisions right now. You guys ready? You good with this?
Guys, this is it.
Just want to let you know, Éva with 60 points is the May Mix-Off 2014 winner.
It was so hard choosing tonight. The drinks were all so awesome. But in both rounds, Éva just nailed it. Like spot on with interesting and unique flavors, but also really balanced and really spirit friendly. So you still got the essence of the spirit in both rounds. It was just like very well done. Well deserved. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. So tell us what was going through your head when you were doing the Iron Chef style showdown?
Right. Well, I love working with root. So I was pretty excited to pick that out of the art and the age. And then I was telling the judges that the tiki style tends to creep into my cocktails no matter what, which just means that there's a lot of ingredients. Typically, the challenge is to make them sort of sing in harmony rather than sort of come up against each other. But I ended up using Amontillado sherry, which I'd brought. I also used Sailor Jerry rum from the portfolio. I ended up using my Rangpur lime that I juiced because I'm really into that right now. But anyways, I went for a version of a Trinidad Sour, which is a really pared down tiki cocktail in a way. It's a classic drink, and it's very Angostura heavy, so I did use quite a bit of Angostura in this cocktail as well. But I hope, and it sounds like Rachel felt the same way, that the root would shine through and kind of pull all those ingredients together in one drink. So yeah.
Well played.
Thank you so much. I'm thrilled to be here. Thank you.